What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thrifty, back with Thrifty PS Gamer Reviews. Today is the Ascent. It's free on PlayStation Plus Extra, and I'm going to give you the reasons why you should try it, not try it, skip it, and I'm going to give you some thoughts on the game overall. Let's dive in. The Ascent is a top-down twin-stick shooter set in a cyberpunk world. And that's all you really need to know. Okay, that's the end of the video. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But seriously, that's really the crux of the game. It's a top-down, twin-stick shooter that I have probably 15 to 20 hours in. A lot of that time has been spent multiplayer. Some of it's been spent not multiplayer. And so the game itself lends you to this really addictive cycle of like rest times, travel time, and then all out action packed, go for broke, everything's coming at you from every angle, and you gotta try to survive. The battles in this are intense. The battles are so intense that occasionally while playing multiplayer, there were several times where we would scream and yell and get the boss down to like a little sliver of health, and then the boss would do a stupid special move and it would completely kill the whole party. But this game is also the tale of two games, okay? And we're going to get into why I say that. It's the tale of two games in the fact that single player, this game runs flawlessly. I mean, absolutely flawless. I don't have a single issue, not a hitch, not a stutter. The colors look better, the frame rate's better. Everything's better in single player on this game, except the experience in combat. And so, you have way more fun with this game playing multiplayer. But the game runs better in single player. And it's not just a couple things. It's not just, hey, you might have a crash every once in a while. When my friends and I were playing, we crashed so many times, even in a single night. Sometimes in a single hour. Some of them we had to back out to the main menu. Some of them we had to restart the game altogether. Now, that really sucks. But as a testament to how awesome this game is and how engrossing and addicting the mechanics are of this game, every time almost that it went down, unless it was like already midnight, we were like, crap, we gotta go to sleep, all of us have jobs. Unless it was one of those type of moments, we were like, yeah, let's load this thing back in, let's go. Because the game is actually really fun. It's super fun. It's one of those games that it could crash 1,000 times and you're still going to try to get back into it just to play it because it's awesome. Now, let's get into a little bit of story. For the life of me, after 20 hours, I still couldn't tell you the story. I know that there's an evil corporation that is trying to enslave everybody, or at least I think that's what it is, and you're trying to prevent that from happening. Cool. Awesome. But like, outside of that, the story is never really the main focus. I know there is one. This game would not have a story, but I have no idea really what it is. And while I was playing with my buddies, one of them has already beat this game like 3 times. And he was like, yeah, the story is just this evil corporation and trying to enslave people. You got to stop the evil corporation. Okay, like that's it. That's it. I was like, oh, all right. So I credit Nelson with this part of the video, Nelson Gaming 12 actually, if you want to go follow him, because that's what the story is. Big bad evil corporation, and you got to take them down. Now, the really fun part about a lot of isometric games in the action genre is you don't really need a ton of information to go out and kill the things and do the things and get your quest and return items and the mechanics of upgrading your weapons, upgrading your augments, things like that, finding new outfits for your character. You don't really need a lot of story to do all those things. And in a game that's not trying to be a huge, massive, just open world, full on 50, 60, 70, 80 hour game, I don't think it's necessary to have a big story. Just give me a reason to go shoot the stuff and let me move on. Because the gameplay mechanics are more than enough in this game to keep me moving forward. The aesthetics in this game are more than enough to keep me moving forward. The new abilities, the way to take on different enemies, the fact that you can put a super powerful gun on, but when you're fighting a certain type of enemy, that gun doesn't matter. So the game becomes more about the gameplay and beating it and beating the next thing than it does about the story. And I feel like in these titles, these type of titles rather, that's what you really want to see. You want to see great mechanics. And there's times where a game comes out that is an isometric game that does both, and it does it super well. I think of Diablo 2. Really good top-down action game. Good emphasis on story. The story of Deckard Cain, the story of Tristram. Like, really, really good heavy focus on these things. And the more you play it, the more you get kind of engrossed in the story and the lore and why you're supposed to be fighting Diablo and all this other stuff. In this game, I never really, and I'm super close to the end, and I never really felt like the game gave me a reason to keep going by way of story. I do feel like it gave me a reason to keep going because I wanted to beat it so I could say I beat the final boss, because this game is a pain on the boss battles. So that's just kind of my thoughts. You have a game that is perfect, is flawless, works amazing in single player, not much story, amazing mechanics. Let me say this, it has a ton of story and a ton of dialogue. I don't want to take anything away from the devs who created this, but the story never stuck with me. Like, I know somebody in the comments right now is going, dude, there was a ton of story, there was so much dialogue. You're right. But it never stuck in my memory. I can't tell you a single one of the main characters' names after 20 hours. And that's not okay. But at the same time, I don't care about the main characters' names. I just came off of Final Fantasy 16. And so this one, being able to go numb and play it right now as part of a subscription was awesome. Also, the game is on sale right now on the PlayStation Store for $8.99. So if you don't have a subscription, you can get it for $8.99. With all of that, I think everybody should try this game. I think that if you like it, purchase it, because there are rumors of the Ascent 2, which would be awesome. So just try it out, see what you think. Leave a comment down below if you've already played it. Maybe you're one of the ones who played it when it was super buggy on Game Pass. I'd give it a shot. I did give it a shot. I loved it. If you can convince a couple of your buddies to play with you, you will be completely hooked on this game. And even if you can't, you're going to get one of the most stable, fun experiences out there at this time. Guys, y'all have a wonderful day today. Thank you for stopping by. And as always, stay thrifty.